That's good. It's the only one I could find. I couldn't find it.
Light him up! Oh, that's the favourite action, mate.
Slow mo.
Who's responsible?
Settle down, we gotta start this thing.
Yeah.
Come on out here again, how you going? Crack off. Go back to Queensland.
Sweet going.
21st, that's... Where's Kerry? Kerry asked me why I'm wearing the thing around my neck. I said, Kerry, this is the 21st, yeah. Good on you, Kerry. So if you think I'm crazy, that's the reason. It's our 21st and we're celebrating in style. Welcome for your coming and your attendance. Fantastic. How many did we get, John?
222 plus sock band.
222 plus sock band. Now, yesterday I went on the web page and put that we had over 300, but what had happened is we counted some guys twice. So I said, oh, great record, we've got over 300, yeah. Our mistake. We'll change that. I can stand up, 13 years old. We've got an absolutely fantastic project going there, our webpage. All the sponsors are linked through, like you've got your little programs with all the sponsors on them, and you can click on his pocket. He always pulls this off. About 2 or 3 days before the contest, it was howling gales, raining, windy, terrible. Seas were out of control, and then on the Thursday, of course, it just finds up to be absolutely magic. So please welcome our contest organiser and legendary sailor, John Smythe.
Two of you, plus Sockman, who put in a wild performance the other night, but we'll get to that later. The double counting was due to some people going in both events, which is good, and it's good to see people being ambidextrous. But the total was made up of 104 kiters, 133 wave sailors, and 15 or so went in both. So the number of kiters is more than doubled from last year, and we've equalled or just about equalled the record number of 228 that we had last year. So I'd like to personally thank everybody for coming and bringing their friends and spreading the word, and it's been a great 4 days. And you've come from a long way. Some people have come from Hawaii, Fiji, New Zealand, Western Australia, all around Australia, Queensland, Tasmania, Victoria, ACT, New South Wales, all over New South Wales, and of course they've also come from Merimbula. So thank you for coming. I'd also like to give a special welcome tonight to Paddy Mackenzie Smith, sitting down the front row here, Matt and Jody and Clancy. When the wind and the swell was at its peak and was probably a classic Merimbula wave sailing day, we spread Gary's ashes, Gary Mackenzie Smith's ashes, and some flowers that drifted through the break through the remainder of the day, and subsequently I guess Gary shared some of the better ways that we had that afternoon. It would not be, and later on we'll be dedicating a trophy, as we do every year, the Gary Mackenzie Smith Award, and the person that walks away with that should feel doubly honoured. It's not given away lightly, and it's given to what we classify as one of the top sailors in the competition, so that'll come out later. It wouldn't be possible for me to put this together for 21 years without the support of the dedicated members and families of Merimbula Sailboard Club. So I'd like you all to join me in applauding the members of the Marimbula Sailboard Club. Thank you.
Thank you, boys and girls. Wonderful.
To all the members of the Sailboard Club and their families have to put up with this, which is a lot more than 4 days for us. A lot of planning goes into it, and we have practice barbecues to make sure everything works right. And the lack of complaints testifies to the good planning on behalf of all the members and good quality testing, quality control. Speak up.
I can turn them. Susie, is there a knob on this?
Oh, that's his brain. It's quite distorted. A lot of things happen this week. Now, come on, you give me a bad time. I'm supposed to concentrate. This is serious stuff. I'd also like to specifically thank all those people from Marimbula for their assistance in getting the kite part of the program together. And I'd like to call on their spokesman at this stage to come up and have a quick rap from the Kite Surfing Association. While he's coming, I'd like to thank the club here for putting up with us, the Lakeview for putting up with us and letting us drink all their alcohol, copious quantities of it. And here's AXA.
Thanks very much, John. I'd just like to thank a few people, a few groups of people. The first one, of course, is Marimbula Sailboard Club. This is the 21st year, and for me it's the second year, and I guess the third year for kite surfing. And I guess I feel pretty privileged that this has been an event which has such a huge history, and they've opened it up to us, kite surfers, to come along and get involved. So yeah, I'd just like to thank John and the rest of the crew for allowing us to be a part of it. Thanks very much. The other group of people I'd like to thank is all the kite surfers, because it's, I guess this is a pretty unique situation where, I guess in the world it's probably the only time where we have a organised event where there's so many windsurfers and kite surfers and people on the beach all at the one time. And I guess it's a pretty big event to try to organise for these guys, and it's a real privilege to see it happen, and also that there was very little blood shed apart from a bit today. Very few incidents on the beach, and that's a really good thing to see. So I thank all those people for looking out for everyone as well. And the other thing is also thanks to all the wave sailors as well, because as I said, this is the 21st event, and it's only the third year for us to be involved. So I really thank all the wave sailors for putting up with us out there. I know it can be pretty hard at times. It's a pretty big challenge for us as well as it is for you guys, and it is a privilege to get out there and share the wave with you guys. So thanks very much. And one last thing, down at Port Phillip Bay, down in Melbourne, the 2002 Ebor Kite Nationals are going to be happening on the 3rd of January through to the 6th. You can register online at kitebeach.com.au or check out the AXA website as well. Thanks very much.
These, at the lines on these trophies, you'll notice, you can tell how, you'll be able to use them to tell how strong the wind will be blowing by simply looking at the rings. If they're close together, it'll be windy. If they're wide apart, then light winds and you can do something else. It's just like isobars on the weather map. So if you get one of these trophies, you'll be able to use it for the rest of your life to predict the wind. Now, I'd like to thank all our sponsors, and in particular, Mambo, who's been with us since Mambo became Mambo in '85, and gave us our first Mambo poster of '85 of the ashtray, the three-legged dog vomiting up the condoms. Really set the mood for the events to follow.
And it saved us from having chook raffles in the top pub every Friday night.
That's right. We had to give up chook raffles and put up with ashtray. Wakeeper. And Matt Colfax is here from Wakeeper. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Wakeeper. There's a to an up-and-comer who's not sponsored, probably couldn't afford it, or finds it really hard to get that sort of gear. So it's not going to go to somebody who's just going to go and sell it, or sponsored by somebody else. It's going to go to somebody who's going to use that.
It's always great to see everyone down here. This is my encouraging award, so I'm going to take up windsurfing again. I've been fucking around kite sailing for a bit, but